It's awkward to be the hitchhiker, to be on this side of a scary folktale. Let's not talk about how I got here, not really important. What matters is that I've never looked more disheveled, and I've never felt more awkward, just a weird-looking dork sticking my thumb out on an empty road, sandwiched between two forests, pitch black. It's midnight, I think. I didn't have my watch on me, or my phone, or anything else that tells the time. My internal clock ain't great either. But let's say it's between 10:49 p.m. and 2 a.m. I think. Probably. Car goes past. Doesn't even think of stopping. I don't blame him. Looked like a couple that were just coming back from a fun camping trip. They don't need my nonsense right now. I mean, I wouldn't stop for me. Would just be silly, really. I'll hold out hope. Maybe a van filled to capacity, save for one seat in the back, would stop for me. They could take a chance. After all, if I tried anything funny, I'd be vastly outnumbered. 20 minutes pass. No van. Actually, no cars at all. I guess people don't really use this road. Or it's late, and hitchhiking on a Wednesday night, or a Thursday morning, isn't really a wise move. Ooh, look, a car. They're slowing to stop. No, it doesn't look like they can take me, but they look apologetic. That's sweet. They're sort of mumbling sorry and shrugging. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just glad you looked at me, really. I'm pacing. I wish I had my cigarettes. I hate being in one place for too long. I hate being alone with my brain. I ruminate. I hear sounds coming from the forest and they creep me out. I think about worst case scenarios all the time. You know how your brain can drum up something much scarier than anything real life can throw at you? Yeah. I just need to try to be present. Second thought, maybe I should just stay in my head. It's safer up here. The more mindful I get right now, the more it's clear I'm in the middle of the fucking road with no hope of getting home. There's a feeling of tension in my chest. It's tight. It aches. I breathe into it. It'll dissipate. I've lived with anxiety long enough. I have my tools. Yes, I did in fact notice the car in front of me on the road slowing to a stop. And no, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Shit, the driver looks professional, like she's actually has her life in order. Hun, don't do this. Statistically, this isn't a good move. The odds are not in your favor. She looks like she just straightened her hair, like she's coming from some sort of tech conference. Business casual. You could put her in a brochure. Fucking hell, she looks my age. Don't do this. I could be a maniac. I can wait for the van. I thought to myself. You look like you've had a rough night, she says. I keep my distance from her. Hey, look, thank you for the kind gesture, but I'm actually kind of waiting for a car with more people in it, so that it's less weird for everyone, I respond. She laughs. Get in. I'll be okay. If I'm being honest, I'm praying for another car to come by. Nope. I get in. Lady, I'm gonna give you a lecture about safety once you drop me off. It's not wise to pick up a scruffy hitchhiker like me in the middle of the night. Whereabouts you heading, she asks. Honestly, 2 hours in the direction you're already driving. I'm in Morgantown. Anywhere in the city is fine. Cool. I can take you to a good chunk of the way there, I think. Depends on how much I like you, she says, laughing. I'm kidding. I'm just grateful for the ride, thank you. We sit in silence for a bit. I was hoping she'd put the radio or something. Usually people are more talkative. I don't want to start ruminating again. I wonder what she's thinking. Does she regret picking me up? Is this weird? Is she scared for her safety? She shouldn't be, but I get it. This is weird, right? So do I have to ask? It's Thursday morning at 1 a.m. What are you doing in the middle of the road? She asks. 1 a.m. Nailed it. My internal clock is better than I thought. And look, lady, I know you just want to have a conversation, but I really don't want to answer this question. A retreat with my friends. We do it every year. It's a bit of a ritual, I say. She looked confused. Right, and does the retreat end with you standing in the middle of the road, looking the way you do right now? No offense. None taken, and no. I left early, on not so great terms, I respond. She snickers. She looks at me, kind of warm. That's it? She says. That's it, I respond. She shakes her head. Awkward silence. I'm starting to go back into my head. Please turn on the radio or something. You know, if you talked more, it'd be easier to trust you. I mean, I did pick you up in the middle of the night, she says. I laugh. You're free to drop me off wherever you want. I feel weird about this too. It's kind of like when you're accidentally walking behind someone at night, and you feel weird, but you two are going the same way. And yet you stuck out your thumb and got in the car, she says. Good point. I mean, it was a good point. It's good to self-reflect sometimes, right? I can be a hypocrite, sure. She laughs again. Okay, I'll tell you something about me, but then you have to tell me more about you, she says. Damn it, she's cute. I picked you up because I've had benders before, in a past life. She motions to her clothes. I mean, come on, I didn't always look this fancy. I had to sort some shit out in my life. For someone who claims to be as grounded and put together as you are, picking me up was pretty silly. Again, statistically a pretty stupid choice, I thought. And so you know, I had nights where people go out of their way to drop me off home. I've literally been in your shoes, you know. Disheveled, barely awake, drunk out of my mind, sticking my thumb out on an empty road. And honestly, it was just as scary getting picked up. But I trusted people, and they took care of me and brought me home. So in a way, I guess I'm paying it forward. I have full trust that the universe balances things out, she says. She said all of that with a smile. Kind of endearing. Not sure if I trust all of that, but endearing nonetheless. I begrudgingly nod. That's actually kind of wholesome. Now you, she says back. I sigh. This road runs long. It's kind of scary outside. Maybe if she likes me enough, she'll take me all the way home. I don't want to be out on the street again. I'll open up a bit. Alright, so you ever have that group of friends where you've changed so much as a person that you probably shouldn't be friends with them anymore, but you also feel obliged to show up when they ask you to come out? I ask. She snickers. So you end up going out to that stupid event you know you shouldn't be going to, and you regret it immediately, she says back. Exactly. So I go, because we're all buddies, right? And we go way back, except I don't like the idea of getting trashed at a hostel, and having to give the group my phone, my keys, my wallet, everything. Play that stupid game we all play, I say. Stupid game? I sigh. Alright, but you have to promise not to judge me, I say. She shrugs. Her eyes say, you can't stop me. Fine. The game is basically that each of us has to hit the town and find a girl to bring back to our room. Anyone who doesn't succeed has to sleep outside without any of their belongings, I say, embarrassed. Wow, she says. You and your friends really are chauvinistic morons, aren't you? I make a face. Like I said, I really shouldn't be friends with them anymore. Aw, I'm kidding, she says. You shouldn't let your guard down too quickly. I haven't finished my story yet. I take a beat, then I continue. I came this time, but my terms were clear. I'll hang out, we can drink, and I'm happy to be a wingman to anyone playing that stupid game. But beyond that, I won't be participating. I want to stay at home, kick back, and have a relaxing time. You didn't really think they'd let you not participate, did you? She says. I did. That's why I came. Really? She asks. Really, really. She shakes her head. Moron. You're almost getting too comfortable with me now, I say. Great diversion, but you didn't tell me the whole story, did you? She responds. You know, if I had a cigarette and a light, I'd be happy to go back onto the street. But I don't. Alright, you win. Okay, well, they pulled their bullshit on me. I had a couple of drinks in me, and slowly those assholes grabbed my keys, my wallet, my phone, my fucking smokes, little by little. Pricks. Fuck, I'm getting heated. I'm scaring her, aren't I? By the time I knew the jig was up, they all got together to try to pick me up and throw me outside. You know, force me to play that dumb game with them. Force me to bring a girl back to our room. I'm rambling. Let's try to cool it. You lost your shit, didn't you? I lost my shit, I respond. I freaked out. I'm not usually an angry drunk, but something in me snapped this time. Mark grabbed me by the legs, and Francesco had my arms, and they were trying to drag me outside. They were laughing, so I started kicking and punching, hard. Once I got my footing, I was just straight up swinging at them, full force. I feel like I did some damage. Nothing like too severe, but you know. Mark fell to the floor. I kept hitting him. Everyone eventually tore me off of him, but I was still lashing out. Not physically anymore, but verbally. Like emotional abuse. It was weird. God damn it, I need to save this shit for therapy. Anyways, they just looked at me, mortified, like I was a freak or something. And so I walked out the front door, and here I am. It took me 15 minutes of walking to realize that I didn't have my phone, keys, wallet, cigarettes, anything. I wanted to go back inside to ask them for my stuff, but it just felt so weird. Like something was stopping me. Just think it would have been awkward, you know? To freak out, punch my friends, and then come back and say sorry. I know I'm rambling, by the way. I kind of get stuck in my head sometimes. Sorry, really wish I had a cigarette right now. Fucking hell, I can't even look at her. She's staring at me like I'm a fucking moron. Keep your eyes on the road, please, ma'am, I thought to myself. Dude, you're a fucking moron, she says. I know. What are you gonna do about your stuff, she asks. I don't know, I'll just call them or something later, like in a few days, to apologize. I'll need to borrow someone's phone to do that, obviously. Or, alternatively, I could bring you back to the hostel tonight. They'll let me come back if I bring a lady, right? She stops the car. Fuck, I'm sorry. Stupid joke, I say. Awkward silence. She slowly starts driving again. You're not making this easy, she says. I know. The road stretches long. Are your friends smokers too? She asks. Nah, I respond, just me. You sure about that? Why would they lift your cigarettes if they don't smoke? Just to be dicks, I guess. They're just like that. Fuck, this road is long. Guess I never really paid attention to roads before. That's kind of weird. Why is there an eye on the glove compartment box? Why is it blinking? What is that? I say, pointing. She giggles. Just decoration. You missed that when you got in? Fuck, I'm out of it, I respond. Silence. You think your friends will forgive you? She asks me. I shrug. I mean, who knows? We were already drifting apart anyway. Maybe it's for the best if they don't forgive me. Right, and how does Riley feel about it? She asks. Huh? I talked about Riley? When did I mention him? Riley, I ask. Yeah, she says back. Yeah, I don't really know how he feels about it. Probably the same as the other guys. Hey, when did I talk about Riley? Silence. I never said his name before, I say. She sighs. Yeah, you did. You've been rambling for a while, repeating yourself over and over again, and then forgetting that you said anything, she says. Fuck, what? I look in front of me. The road stretches long. I look back. This road stretches long. Fuck, how much did I drink? Am I fucked up? And seriously, why is there an eye on the glove compartment?